All right, got everything done. Think everything packed. Austin, you pretty much all ready?
As ready as I ever am.
Yeah. B-Man, you all ready and set for DragonCon?
I'm not going this year, John Paul.
You're not.
Going to Dragon. I'm not attending DragonCon.
That's what we're all talking about.
I know that
today.
I am aware.
Awkward. You are listening to the Old Titans. This is your host, John Paul.
This is the main host, B-Man.
Yeah, sort of main host.
The main host.
The co-host.
The one that all the hosts the most.
The host of the most.
Yes.
The hostess with the mostest.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah,
That's
okay. And we have a guest this week. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Yes, I'm Austin Lowe. New on to the show. Yeah.
There we go. There we go.
That works.
Yeah, we don't get into big
Yeah.
introductions.
You can tell us who you are exactly and what you do with your life.
Address,
Yeah.
what hours you're not going to be at home, so people know when to show up and do, normal
It's
things, all good stuff.
Nothing interesting.
Nothing,
Yeah.
No, today we're doing a special episode. We're looking at DragonCon. It's coming up this weekend. Depends on who you are and when you leave. It can be happening anywhere from a day from now up to never if you're a B-Man. But
That's right.
but no, it's Labor Day weekend every year. This is the 32nd year, I believe, of DragonCon.
I want to say yes.
But before we get there, we are, because it's a special episode, skipping the B-Man question this week. But we do want to get to the news. So
This is 32nd year of DragonCon.
yeah.
So when it first started, you were what, 40 years old, give or take?
No,
You close to that age? I think you were about that age, right?
I was in the 18, 19.
No, you weren't.
Right.
You're never 18, 19 years old.
Never?
Never. That age.
When I was 5 years old, I was probably, a little bit older. Yeah.
That's fine.
My parents always said that when I was a little kid, they could tell I was just biding my time until I could leave.
And you did.
Yeah, and then I did. And that's the way it is. All right, so I got a few news items here.
Okay,
I'm
go
sure
ahead.
you got a few. If you know of anything going on in the world, feel free to jump in there. So William Shatner, recently here Patrick Stewart has said he's going to be doing a new Star Trek series on CBS All Access. It's going to be kind of cool. Discovery really enjoyed. I think we're doing a whole bunch of new shows. William Shatner was asked if he's interested in doing one. He doesn't want to commit to a full show, but he would love to do some cameos, whether it's as Kirk or some other role. He said they've gone through and done these 180 video mapping deals where they can actually have the computer portray him in pretty much any form, any age, anything else, and then let him do the voice. So it'd be really cool to see a young Kirk, an old Kirk, whichever kind of Kirk. I think we'd all like to see Kirk back. I don't know. He's the best.
You think so?
I think Kirk's the best.
The best thing about Captain Kirk was he gave his mask to Michael Myers. That's all I'm saying.
Well, yeah, he did. That's true. And one other bit of Shatner news. This Christmas, we have a new album hitting the shelves, Shatner Claus. For all those who've been dying for a Shatner Christmas album, we're going to have
Austin actually has. He showed me earlier.
okay.
Of course, right?
I mean, who hasn't?
I
Who
mean,
hasn't?
who hasn't heard of William Shatner's "Lucy Sells Diamonds in the Sky"?
Yeah, he's great.
Really?
Yeah,
It's
it's like rated number one worst song ever.
Okay. I believe that,
Yeah.
actually.
All right, other news. The Joker, a movie that I know, B-Man, are just dying to see when it comes out.
Absolutely not. But go ahead.
Yeah. Anyway, it begins filming in about 2 weeks.
Okay.
And a little bit of casting news. Viggo Mortensen. We all love Viggo Mortensen, right?
Absolutely.
Love to see him on screen,
Aragorn,
right? Yeah. He passed. He is not going to be in the movie.
Wow.
He passed on the role of Thomas Wayne, however, which has now gone to Alec Baldwin.
Which is, wow.
Yeah, I'm not
Interesting.
sure how to think about that. He does a great Donald Trump on Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
He does great hosting the Match game show. He was great back in the day in Beetlejuice.
He was in That's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
That was a good movie.
That's long.
Hunt for Red October did a fantastic job.
I can't remember that movie. Huh. I do remember that movie. Wow.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. I don't know. We'll see. We don't know how big a role Thomas Wayne will have in this. Will you see him in the background a few times? Don't know.
Yeah.
Well, other news, Jean Paul. You know it's not filming in 2 weeks.
What's that?
Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
Yeah, not in 3 weeks either.
Definitely definitely on hold. The James
Yeah.
Gunn thing came about, full swing. He is officially done. He was fired. James Gunn was fired because of
Right.
tweets from, 10 years ago, give or take?
10 to 15 years, yeah.
And questionable firing. I mean, the tweets are bad, but at the same point, too, it was made 10, 15 years ago.
Yeah. But yeah, he's definitely out, and so the movie's on hold. And even though I didn't care for the Guardians of the Galaxy movies, that's still bad news because I've said before, I want every comic book movie that's made well to do well. I didn't want Fantastic Four to do well because it was not made well. But
Yeah.
anything that's made well, I want to do well, whether it's for me or not. It's like all the TV shows. We don't watch, necessarily Shield or Cloak and Dagger or
The Cloak and Dagger start yet?
yeah. Season 1 has ended. Alex really enjoyed it. Thought it was really good. I don't have to watch all of them, but I want them to do well. So there's more and more and more of them. So we have bigger options.
Okay.
So yeah, it kind of sucks. Ant-Man and the Wasp, since I mentioned some Marvel stuff, Ant-Man and the Wasp opened in China to record-setting numbers. It's still going strong, doing well. It is not going to be Marvel's highest-grossing movie ever or anything like that, not even of the year, because of Black Panther and Avengers. It's going to be the lowest-grossing one, but it's still going to be above 500 million somewhere. So,
Will it be
doing
Deadpool
strong.
is the question. Because Deadpool was this year.
I don't know. Deadpool.
Probably not.
Deadpool 2 still is pretty high on my list.
From what I'm hearing, Deadpool's done with movies, right? It's going to be X-Force from now on? No more Deadpools?
I think it's up in the air because of Disney now owning them as to what it's going to be.
That's true.
Because that's a cash cow, man. And that's
well, it's only a cash cow if they let Ryan Reynolds do what he wants.
And if they don't want to do R-rated movies around this stuff, I don't know. I mean, it could be they'll attempt doing an X-Force movie as a PG-13 and see how it goes and then kill it. It's not like it's going to hurt Disney. I mean,
it won't hurt Disney, but when something's going really well, and Ryan Reynolds, I know you don't like Deadpool, but he's playing the role perfectly.
oh, no, that's
Let
great.
it roll.
Yeah, I get it. I agree, but and who knows? Maybe Disney will, or maybe they'll stick it under one of their imprints or sub companies and
Call it Vertigo X. I don't know.
something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, who knows? Tomorrow night, Wednesday night, the 29th. I say tomorrow night because of when it is. If you're listening to this on Wednesday, then it's tonight. If you're listening to this after Wednesday, you missed it, but you can go watch the recording of it.
It'll be after Wednesday.
Either
'cause
way-
I'll post it late.
Yeah, either way, on the DC Universe streaming channel, DC Daily is going to be a new daily show that's going to be talking news of DC stuff every day. It's going to be really cool. I've seen some pictures of the set. Kevin Smith, Wednesday night, is going to be doing a live walkthrough and preview of what the set's going to be like. He's not going to be one of the hosts of the show ongoing, but he will be doing a preview of it, which is kind of cool.
All this DC Daily stuff is always bad ideas. Like, I think a year or two ago, there's a podcast about DC Drive-By, something like that, and it was a bomb. It was an absolute bomb. It was horrible. And what's it called? I can't remember what it's even called.
Yeah, we'll get back to that when 2.0 of it comes out. I'm planning 2.0.
Are you playing 2.0?
Yes.
DC
DC
1.0 was such a huge success.
It was... I could make him feel bad right now and explain how it fell apart when my mom had a heart attack and almost died, and I was just not in an emotional place where I could keep recording it, and so I stopped doing it. But it was pretty much a success until then.
What do you mean it's a success? How many listeners did you have?
I don't remember the number, but I actually had people comment on it.
Yeah, it was me commenting. Just different names.
At
Making fun of
DragonCon.
me.
Actually had people at DragonCon mention it.
Never happened.
Yeah.
Never happened.
Yeah.
Old Titans? Never happened.
Mike Faber at ESO Network, who we're trying to contact. I haven't gotten around to it about hosting this show possibly on the network.
Oh, yeah.
mentioned it.
You might want to get back on that.
Yeah, I want to get back on that. But either way, yes, DC Comics Rush Hour 2.0 I am planning currently. We'll get back to that. This is where I would record in my car on the way to work every morning during rush hour. 10-minute little recording.
Yeah. Orlando
Because you
Rush
live so
Hour.
far away. I mean,
Yeah.
That worked. But anyway, it's coming.
Okay.
And that was the last bit of news that I had. Do you have any other news?
Ryan Johnson just came out.
Different Ryan. We mentioned a Ryan already. This is a different Ryan.
Yeah, your favorite Ryan Johnson, the director of The Last Jedi.
The
The awesome movie.
Boo.
You weren't a fan, Austin?
I still haven't seen the last one.
That's all right. You're
No.
better off that way.
I heard,
Read the recap.
Yeah, pretty much. I heard so much disappointment from that movie.
Yes.
It's like, okay, well,
Especially
I
from
don't
us.
even think I'll pirate it.
Actually, if you go and watch certain scenes, like
you
you're
mentioned
told,
pirating on this.
Right.
That's Austin. Just out of curiosity.
but no, certain scenes are really cool. Don't get me wrong. There are scenes in it. I think we both agree.
Oh, amazing. scenes.
Isolated. I mean, Sucker Punch had some incredible scenes in it.
Yeah.
Horrible movie.
Yeah.
But the individual scenes, the dream sequence stuff, were
The
just
music, the
incredible.
Yeah, everything.
Same thing
blends
with
so
this.
well.
So anyways, he apparently deleted every tweet he had before 2018.
I did, huh?
As, I guess, kind of a fail-safe thing, I guess.
Yeah.
I actually understand why he did it. You gotta be careful now. Internet's forever. And you say one the smallest thing taken the wrong way and you're done.
You'd be fired by Disney.
You could be fired by
Yeah.
He's gonna get fired by Disney anyways, if he hasn't been already.
Along those lines, Oscar Isaacs, I don't know if you saw his comment, and I don't know in context, so he could have been saying this in very seriousness, or as a joke, or as an insult. I don't know which. So I'm going to think the best of him and think you mean it more serious. It was a comment to people who don't like The Last Jedi, saying that, this is a world that's open to lots of interpretation. If if there's one you don't like, go make your own. Make it the way you'd want to make it. Yeah, he could have been saying that. Huh, you don't like it? Go make your own. See how easy it is. I don't think he was saying it like that. I think he was being serious and trying to give people inspiration. It's like, hey, go do what you'd like to do. Show people what would be really good.
Yeah,
so that was Oscar Isaac's thing. And supposedly, I just remember this, there's a rumor that he's going to have some role in the next Batman movie.
That is, yes. People were speculating Two-Face, a Penguin, or something like that. I think he'd get Two-Face, personally.
Yeah, I don't think he'd be Penguin. I don't think he'd be a good Penguin.
I don't know, but I think he'd be good at, well, depends what Penguin they did. The version from Gotham, that guy did well. Whoever that was.
He did.
But you're right, I don't see it now.
Right.
Anyways, go ahead.
Any other news?
That's
Anything
news.
anyone else have to add? Nope. All right. So with that, we'd said this was a special DragonCon episode. So let's move into DragonCon itself. So this is something that's been going on since 1987 was the first, or 87 or 88, somewhere. I think it was 87 was the first year.
So that would probably make it 29 years going.
32.
Yeah. Well, they had the 30th.
20.
Well, they had the 30th anniversary a couple years ago. That's why I think this is the 32nd one.
Yeah, this would probably be
31st or 32nd.
Yeah.
Something like that. I went to the second one, and I have not gone to every one since then, but I've gone to probably half or 45% of the shows. For the last several years, I've gone to almost every single one of them. How about you? How many years have you been going?
I've been going for like about the last 3 years. Really got into it. I was there, but when the carpet was still there.
Okay.
So the big famous carpet of DragonCon.
It's the background on my phone right now.
Yeah, I've been there before, actually. So yes.
Well, as I say, I don't think you've ever been, right?
Never been. I see. For me, I always had MegaCon as a fallback.
Yeah.
Because MegaCon's down here. I've been going for every year since I've been in Florida. The problem right now is it's been. I know it hasn't been as good, but it's always been fun. So these last couple of years have been terrible.
Yeah, and it's definitely, as it got bigger, its corporate influence has definitely shown more at MegaCon.
Yeah, and
it's just not as much fun.
It took over.
Yeah. Now, if what you want to go for is, I want to see celebrities, get a photograph with them, an autograph. That's all I care about. I don't care about panels. I don't care about anything else. I want to stand in line and get celebrity photographs and autographs.
And pay a lot of money.
And pay a lot of money. MegaCon's fine. MegaCon brings a lot of stars into town, and you can do that.
Yeah.
If that's what you're there for, which a lot of people are, go for it.
Yep.
If you're there for some of the other stuff, which we'll get into like at DragonCon, that it's a very different world. How about you? Have you gone to a bunch of other ones like MegaCon and other stuff?
No, I actually haven't gone to any others. Was wanting to go to MegaCon, but it was a little bit distracted with
good pass.
Working on my degree. So yeah,
they're all very different. Every convention.
What's the point of that?
Well, every convention has its own identity.
Yeah.
There's no question. I've been to San Diego. I've been to little bitty conventions, big conventions. I've been to all different ones. There's not a right or wrong way to do a convention.
No.
There's just different ones for different people.
Exactly.
For me, DragonCon is the right way for me.
Yeah.
I love it. So, do you stay on site when you go?
So the first couple of years, I have a friend who lives like 20 minutes out of Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
So we actually stay there and drive in.
Okay.
But as of this year and the year before, we actually got a hotel, not in the well, we got one in the Marriott.
Okay, one of the host hotels.
Yeah,
there's
one of the
just
host
five
hotels.
host hotels.
Yeah,
so.
we were on like the 23rd floor. It was ridiculously high. But this year we got something a little further out, so that way it's a little bit more, a lot cheaper.
Yes, a little more economical.
Yeah, we had
absolutely.
We had reserved the hotel the year before at DragonCon.
That's what's so crazy, and this is one thing we've had to be aware of. If you decide to go in a year, you can wait until about a month before and start looking for hotels. And one thing, you go to DragonCon Rooms page on Facebook, and there's a lot of people who at the last minute can't go, and they're looking to sell their room. And as long as they're just asking, I paid $200 a night for it, give me $200 a night, that's perfectly fine, legitimate. Yeah. No scalpers or anything are allowed on there. But it can be difficult. But yes, they call it it's almost like the Hunger Games of things. They're trying to get a room because there's 85,000 people that show up at this convention, and there's somewhere around 8,000 rooms. Yeah. Now, of course, more people than 8,000 can fit in those rooms, but still, there's not enough rooms for everybody.
We thoroughly packed our room. I was sleeping on an air mattress inside the hotel that we brought. So
yeah, that's what everybody does. They pack 4 people, 8 people, 12 people into these rooms.
How many pack in your room, Java?
2.
Greedy.
Well, it's me and my wife, and this is a vacation for us, and it's us.
It's a greedy vacation.
Yeah, it's a greedy vacation.
So I could stay with you guys?
Nope. Sorry. No, this is us. I hope you find a room.
No,
I will say, for anybody who hadn't gone, the Holiday Inn Suites, I believe is what it's called. It's one of the lower cost ones. It's right there. It's almost right next door to the Westin. It is one of the lower cost ones, and they've got full breakfast, a great breakfast every morning. It's one of the best ones to stay at if you're looking for,
I'll
close
have to look at that
and
one. Because right now my friend who's going with me, he booked the hotel room, so it's like he had this already planned out before I could get in.
I mean, the Holiday Inn is a great place. I personally love the Holiday Inn. I eat breakfast at the Holiday Inn. And they're not sponsored by the Holiday Inn, but we should be sponsored by the Holiday Inn, I think, personally, because the Holiday Inn is a fantastic place.
It's a great place.
Yes.
In addition to that, there's the host hotels, the Sheraton, the Hilton, the Marriott, the Hyatt, and the Westin.
Which I also would love if
they would sponsor us.
Yes.
We'd be happy with that. Give us a room. We'll record and talk all about them the entire time.
Absolutely.
Right? Okay. DragonCon TV is a big thing. Since you stayed at the Marriott once, you saw probably DragonCon TV at least for a few minutes.
Yeah, no, I've seen probably the whole loop at least once or twice. So
so they got the internal feed and the big panels. The Stephen Amell's, John Barrowman's, the big names, the Shatners. Those kind of people. Mm-hmm. They film all those. Some of them they do live. Some of them they film and show later. They don't do every single little panel. I won't be recorded in any of my panels, but they do a lot of these. And not only can you watch them from the hotel rooms, they now have a streaming service. It's like an extra $10, and you can watch it for the next 3 months, unlimited, all the different stuff that you might have missed.
Wow.
It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I don't think you even have to attend. I think it might be something you can go online, buy a streaming membership.
I'm not going to do it.
Just say it. It's one of those. All right. So, are there any guests you're excited about?
Sure. Guess what was it? Last year I honestly haven't checked up any guests. I'm mostly going for the gaming panels and whatnot. Okay. I tend to stay away from meeting your heroes scenarios, just because it's some friends, the friends I went with, they also just met the actors of Gotham, and they were kind of disappointed by some of the actors.
Some know how to act, and some don't. Where some love it. Some love being there.
Yeah.
Some at least realize these are the people who are paying my salary. I'm going to pretend I love being here.
Right.
They're actors. They can pretend.
That's their job.
That's their job. And some just don't do a good job of it. And granted, there's probably one or two every so often who are sick or having a bad day. Mm-hmm. Excuse the bad day thing, but I think you've mentioned that before. You've run into some that...
I met Roger Clemens when I was a young kid, and it was very disappointing.
Because
I was back home in Boston. He was a huge hero back in Boston today. And asked for his autograph, and he asked you for $20.
I don't know. I would have taken that one. Easy money.
Well, I mean...
But these are the people who make these hundreds of millions of dollars.
Yeah, right.
I was 10 years old at the time when I asked him for his autograph. I had nobody just I don't have $20 bucks. I was asking for $100 at this point.
Yeah.
I don't have it.
And that's something I am disappointed, because for years, like I said, I've been attending these and other conventions since the mid-'80s. For years, there was no payment for autographs.
Yeah.
And then only a handful of people. They got to a point like DeForest Kelley, who played Dr. McCoy.
Right, yeah.
He got to a point, he had such bad arthritis, he really could not sign autographs very well. It's painful.
Yeah.
So he would do a couple for charity and a few more, for different people, and that was it. And you didn't mind paying for his autograph because, the money was going to charity, and you realized he just couldn't do it. Those made sense. But now when these people who make millions of dollars a year are charging $40, $50, $60, $80,
$100 a mega.
It's
$100, that bothers me. The ones who don't make that much money, like Lou Ferrigno, what is Lou Ferrigno still doing? He's doing this, and this is where he makes his money.
Exactly.
I don't mind giving Lou Ferrigno a $20 bill for his autograph.
Yeah, actually, for $20 bill, you'd give him $20 bills. He's a big guy still.
Right. And that's
even Kevin Conroy, it's he's not really doing it as much anymore. So
there's certain ones you don't mind it.
Yeah.
What's crazy is usually the ones who are making the lowest amount of money but still working, like the comic book artists and writers.
Yeah.
They still charge nothing. Some of them charge $5, but $5 to nothing. And they're the ones who I wouldn't mind giving them the money because, hey, if they make $2,000 at a convention, they might have just increased their salary by a significant percentage.
Exactly.
Whereas Stephen Amell, if he makes a couple $1,000s at a convention, is it really affecting his life?
Yeah, it's a drop in the bucket.
But that's all beside the point. But there's a bunch of celebrities, so you're there more for the gaming. So which kind of gaming?
We're doing the D&D and Pathfinder. It was actually going to DragonCon was the first time I actually participated in D&D, and that sort of spawned a whole. My friends started a D&D storyline, and it's homebrew, so we're doing whatever we want. But from there, it just kept going and going, and it's like I'm now trying to start up my own little Starfinder. Since Starfinder came out, I'm really interested in doing that.
Basically, that's the science.
That's a sci-fi take on the Pathfinder line. Right. But yeah, definitely
2 weeks away. We'll do it.
2 weeks.
2 weeks we'll do it.
Oh, let's see. I gotta get everything together.
We'll give you 2 weeks. Get it done.
All right. Homework.
So I've not gamed there. I've gamed at another convention once. I found the gaming at the convention thing was kind of odd for me because I like so much of this stuff. I like going to the parties. I like seeing some of the celebrities. I like some of the small fan panels. If you look at my schedule, I've got a little of everything.
Yeah.
Almost like taking a shotgun and hit a little of everything.
Yeah.
The gaming takes so many hours.
Exactly. It's like a solid 3 hours, and that's just for like half a session.
Yeah.
One of the other problems, I guess, at DragonCon that we've had was like, I want to do exactly like what you do. Just try a taste of everything. But the problem is they're scattered across like 3-4 hotels.
Yeah,
that have to,
they're everywhere. 5 hotels and America's Mart.
Yeah, America's Mart. We definitely have, every day we at least stop by America's
That's
Mart.
the dealer's rooms at America's Mart. So it's a place in downtown Atlanta that's designed for conventions. Mm-hmm. At one point, my parents owned, or my mom ran a wedding dress shop. Mm-hmm. She went to Atlanta for a wedding dress convention. That's where it was, the America's Mart. I mean, it covers every type of convention, so it's designed for that. Yeah. And they have like 4 or 5 floors of the thing. I don't know, it's something like that.
Yeah, it's definitely pretty tall.
It's huge.
It's very much a convention center. So there's escalators up to the second floor, and from there you take an elevator up.
They've got, I think the top floor this year is going to be the comic and pop artist gallery.
Yeah, I think they had comic books last year. So books and pop art. Yeah.
So I haven't done any of the gaming, although I know in the gaming area a couple years ago they had a lot of the video games down there as well. Yeah. I don't know if those are still in the same area or not.
It's different floor for the role-playing games, but and pretty much you pay like $10-$20 to get tickets, and then you literally the arcades are all free. Yeah. If you walk up to an arcade, you can play those, but if you want to do some of the simulation,
like the VR type stuff,
the VR stuff. Well, the HTC Vive was there last year, and that was showcasing the Star Trek Bridge game, which I was dying to play, but I took one look at that line and was like, not today. Yeah, so, but that's pretty cool. We tend to chill around there if we're waiting for something, like on the America's Mart. Then if we have 2 hours to kill, we'll chill around on some arcades.
Yeah, okay. Those are always good. And it's also a place, like if you ever decide to go and take your daughter, that's something she would enjoy going by the video game area. Because like I said, it's all free and then play. Unless you wait 4, 5, or 6, 7 years, don't leave her by herself at 7 or 8 years old. Don't do that.
You think so?
Yeah, right. No, good idea. But if she was 12 to 16, that'd be okay. Well, yeah, you can do that.
Put a little chip in her back.
That'll work. Yasmin's taking her kids this year, so she's going along. Her kids are, I think, 12 and 14, I believe it is. No, 12 and 16. 12 and 16. And they're going to go off on their own a couple of times. But
so Yasmin's going too?
Yeah.
Now, see, I bet Yasmin invited her to stay in the room.
Probably not. There's 4 of them in there already. Husband and kids and her. So, yeah, probably not.
I'll sleep in the shower. I don't care.
Yeah. All right. So I know one of my favorite things to do is the parties. We've talked about this at MegaCon that they have what?
Awesome parties and nothing.
Well, they have 2 or 3 parties that you have to pay for at MegaCon.
They're
terrible parties. We went a couple years ago. They weren't good.
We didn't do that. I enjoyed going to some of the parties. And yes, every year it changes a little bit. One of my favorite parties in years past, they did the Joss Whedon track did an Avengers Ball. And what they did is they started basically with the World War II era.
Okay.
So Captain America.
Yeah.
And carried the music every like half hour.
Oh, man.
They moved the music forward a decade at a time.
Just to keep it up, yeah.
So that way you got up all the way up to the modern music. We stayed for the first 2 to 3 decades and then left. A lot of people came for the later part.
That's a long party.
That was kind of cool.
That surprised me because you're like a big headbanger, aren't you?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I mean, you listen to Slayer and that kind of stuff.
One of the originals, But, so I enjoy some of the parties. The Serenity Party a few years ago, it was the Can't Stop the Signal dance, and the Emerald Rose was there. Irish music and a lot of just fun group dancing, all that kind of stuff.
Just blasting throughout the whole hotel. You can hear it nonstop.
So is there any of them that you've like?
I've gone to a lot of the DJ stuff. I think I saw DJ Spider. What was it? One of the cool concerts that I actually went to was Here Come the Mummies. It was actually a pretty big rock concert, and it's like
I did not see that one.
Yeah, no, it was one of those kind of like everyone was dead tired from the rest of the day, so I was still up, and so I asked my buddy, let's go check out this rock concert, and so we go, and there it is.
Does this actually end at all, or is it one of those continuous 24-hour thing?
Formally on the schedule, I think the last thing ends around 3 a.m. and the first thing starts around 7 or 8 a.m.
So
formally,
really not.
Informally, they just keep going.
Yeah.
It goes 24 hours a day. But there are parties that don't start until midnight and that end at 3 a.m. And
We need that in Orlando. We really do.
we need something like this.
Yeah.
To me, the perfect game would be like in February. It'd be the midpoint of the year.
Yeah.
6 months after DragonCon, have a DragonCon South, or I guess Atlanta's already South.
Yeah.
DragonCon Orlando. February, the weather's perfect.
Yeah.
That'd be a great convention.
Not middle of May or end of May when the weather's really hot outside and MedCon doesn't.
Yeah. The only catch with Atlanta's location that really works is the sky bridges across to each hotel. So literally you're in AC to each location except for the Sheraton. Sheraton, you have to walk.
Sheraton's separate. And then, that's right. Even the America's Mark, they've got the sky bridge over it. So,
literally, I remember it's like, I think I have it down pat, literally walking from every hotel to the America's Mart and then walking all the way back without actually having to get out of AC. It's amazing.
Yeah, almost everything connects to Peachtree Center, which is where the food court is. Which, by the way, just in case you didn't know, there's a second food court. A lot of people call it the secret food court.
Okay.
So when you're in the Marriott, there's all these sky bridges around downtown Atlanta. So in the winter, or if it's raining, you don't have to go outside. And that's what we're talking about, the sky bridges. And you can go from the Marriott into the Hilton, into the Hyatt, into Peachtree Center, go to the food court and all the rest. Well, along the way to the Hyatt, there's a separate little one that's closed on Saturday and Sunday that goes into the SunTrust building. And it's just the normal SunTrust building with offices and everything else. But where you first enter is a food court that is open Monday through Friday, which on Friday means there's a second food court. And a lot of people don't know about it. So there's a lot more availability on seating and everything else, shorter lines.
That's always the challenge, is trying to fight a dwarf for a table.
There you go.
So,
This year, fight a dwarf.
Yeah.
You can't throw them.
Well, this year it's going to be open on Saturday. They've convinced SunTrust Plaza to be open on Saturday as well.
Okay.
So we're going to have more seating and more of that, which is good because Peachtree Plaza is under construction right now.
Oh, no.
All the food is open.
Yeah.
But a lot of the seating area is under construction, so they're opening different areas, like closed spots, so that you can walk in and have seating. Supposedly it's all going to be great and fine and wonderful, and we're going to find out.
Well, it's DragonCon. Everyone will tough it out and have a ball.
And it's one of the best places to meet people. You can be walking along and like, I need a place to sit and eat. And you see a table of 3 people at a 4-person table.
Yeah.
No one should feel embarrassed to walk up and say, hey, do you mind if I sit here? It's one of the best places to just make those connections, and you sit there talking, everybody's friendly. This is MegaCon or any of them. One of the best things about sci-fi comic book conventions is everybody is so, in general, you can find the random jerk, of course, but it's so open and inviting and non-judgmental.
I
and
don't
all the
know.
rest.
See, I'm at MegaCon. I have a table myself, and I'm like, no, it's my table. This is my table
Yeah,
right
but-
here.
But here, you
I
gotta
need to
think
stretch
about
out.
you gotta think about it this way. What if Deadpool literally just sat down in your seat next to you?
And I asked him to leave. Unless it's Harley Quinn. Harley Quinn can stay.
I mean, everyone's enjoying the party, so it's like.
And you never know. At DragonCon, there's certain stars and certain celebrity-type people. George Perez, who's actually from Orlando. George Perez, he has said DragonCon is his convention. He'll always attend it, even if he's just attending it as a fan.
Yeah.
Because it's his convention. And you'll see him walking around everywhere. There's a good chance somebody like that would just sit down with you at your table.
Well, I've seen him in malls before,
Yeah.
But I guess he actually lives in the Sanford area, so.
Yeah, so it's not impossible to just see that. But that kind of person, you never know who you're going to run into, or meet and talk to. And it's fun to just meet random people and start talking about, oh, I love your costume. Oh, yeah, thank you. How'd you do this? And you start picking up tips on
Plus,
costumes.
he kind of sticks out with his Hawaiian shirts and that kind of stuff.
does.
You know who he is when he walks past you.
He does.
Yeah. One thing I do remember is so I was sitting through the Peachtree food court and we were getting dinner or whatever we can call it dinner, and some guys just walked from the grocery store and bought like a 12-pack of beer, and they dropped it.
Oh no!
Literally, everyone, you could hear the glass crack, and I just said "party foul," and everyone just started laughing. Like everyone understood what was going on. It was like, you had.
Everybody is the same mindset.
Exactly.
There's a few, and it's become normal to call them muggles. There's a few muggles that exist because you are in downtown Atlanta with people, at least on Friday, still doing their normal 8 to 5 Monday through Friday job.
Exactly.
Although if I worked in downtown Atlanta and didn't care about this stuff, I would take that day off. Just take a long Labor Day weekend. I mean, don't try to get into downtown Atlanta.
That traffic's horrible if you're trying to drive through there.
Yeah.
Although if you're an Uber, you make bank that week. So.
That's true. All right, so those parties, panels. You mentioned you don't really go for the celebrities.
I mean, yeah, I don't normally go for the celebrities, but we've in the past, my friends always have to go to these, the Flash panel. There was a Flash panel, Gotham panel.
Yep.
Went to those. Those are actually, I love those because when the Flash panel I went to actually had the original Flash. I forget his name, but he was there.
Yeah,
it was like,
John Wesley Shipp.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And so I was like, the main problem is that a lot of the newer shows I just don't watch. So a lot of the shows I recall I watched growing up. So these are all like Red Dwarf, Star Trek, old school stuff.
And they still have panels for all those. It's just there's two types of panels at DragonCon. You get the celebrity ones, which is the 2,000 people in a room all focused on the one celebrity.
Legends and Tomorrow, that's another
Legends
one.
Tomorrow, yep. And then you get the small fan panels. The fan panels are typically 50 to 100 people in the room, tops. Those are the ones that I'm on, usually. I like to attend those because it's a little bit more personal.
Exactly.
And I've got 3 this year, so I'm going to be on the panel for Justice League.
Okay.
Which, feel free, you can make fun of me. These you want to make fun of,
I wouldn't do that.
It's called JLA Assembling the Team.
Oh, this is stupid already.
That's the name of the panel. I'm on the Supergirl panel, so it's looking at the season of Supergirl.
Okay.
And on Monday morning, the Justice League is Friday evening at 4 o'clock. Supergirl is Saturday afternoon at 1 or 1:30, and Legends tomorrow. So I'm on the Legends panel on Monday morning at 10 a.m.
Okay.
Are you wearing your Old Titans t-shirt to these events?
No, I'll be in costume.
You'll be in costume.
I'll be in costume. I was going to wear an Old Titans t-shirt to the
Are you bringing out a business card at least?
I am bringing the business cards.
Okay.
Yes, we're doing that, but no, I'm going to be in costume. Do you watch Legends? You mentioned Legends a second ago.
Yeah, no, I've watched a couple episodes. Again, it's one of those,
I just don't get a chance to.
Yeah, I really don't have a chance with all. I'm still catching up on Westworld. So I'm like.
Well, there's.
There you go, Austin. Take our business card with you. Make sure people.
All right, I'll take care of JP's job.
I don't know if you know who Gary is or not. Gary is a character on Legends Tomorrow who's kind of a side character.
Okay.
He works the Time Bureau. He's comic relief, complete joke.
Yeah.
But fun. Everything they do with Gary on there is a lot of fun. You might not agree, but
you are comic relief in the show,
okay,
John. I'm the serious guy. You're the comic relief. I get you.
Well, in one of the episodes, he dresses up as John Constantine.
Oh, okay.
So for the panel, I'm going to have on my John Constantine
shirt
and jacket.
The black tie.
Yeah, the tie, the shirt. I'll look like John Constantine, including the wig and everything.
Yeah.
Except the wig is going to be the same wig that Gary wore when he was doing it with my glasses and all.
Okay.
So I'll be cosplaying Gary, cosplaying John Constantine for the panel. No,
Inception.
he didn't do it either.
I really okay.
Yeah, so it'll be kind of cool. So yeah, I if you want to either see me make fun of myself or talk about things, feel free to stop by in the panel.
Around,
you can make fun of him all you want.
So
he can't fire you this weekend. The following weekend is fair game.
Sure, I have to get back from Atlanta though.
That's the problem.
So if you are looking for those kind of panels, the small ones, for the ones I mentioned, first floor of the Marriott, behind the escalators. If you go behind the escalators, there's a FedEx area, and then 3 or 4 panel rooms back there. That's where all the American sci-fi and fantasy media tracks are. So those will be cool.
Yeah.
But all those fan panels, and so for things like Red Dwarf and all those.
Yeah, well, those are all the British shows.
Yep.
It's on the Brit Track, but they always host them over at the Sheraton.
Yep.
Was Red Dwarf a TV show?
Actually, it had a reboot somewhat recently.
Did it really?
Yeah, but it's an old 80s sci-fi.
I remember the
comedy.
game Red Dwarf. Wasn't there a game Red Dwarf?
I don't know.
There's
drawing a blank.
But no, it's a British sci-fi show.
Okay.
It'd be from the same era and same quality as I'm trying to think of some of the good ones.
Buck Rogers.
Buck Rogers. That's
one way.
Buck Rogers is awesome.
Buck Rogers, that era.
Definitely Star Trek-ish, but it's not like they go to different planets.
Space 1999.
Yeah, that's more like it.
Wow. Okay. I call that show.
Yeah, stuff like that.
Okay.
There can be panels on V, the old miniseries V and stuff. So those are always fun.
The celebrities can be going there?
I have not seen one of the V celebrities. Well, I take that back. I've seen one. The main male lead on there.
Donovan or
Donovan. I've seen him at one of these conventions before.
Kind of wonder if Robert Englund goes to that for video game panels, because that was really a start.
That would be really cool
That'd
to
be
see
awesome
Robert
to see him.
Englund.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So parade, do you make it out to the parade on Saturday morning?
Yeah, we try if we can find a spot. Generally, sometimes I'm the guy holding someone up.
Oh,
so,
okay.
Yeah, like I may not get a perfect view, but I definitely try to see like the Fallout wave.
Yeah.
You know, that one I always love because it's like, you know, one of the cosplays I'm going to be working on is trying to do some kind of like vault dweller
Something
setup
from Fallout.
Yeah, I think even it would be ideal if I could get my motorcycle. I already have it painted baby blue. I want to get the vault,
cool.
the vault boy, Pip boy on there, and
So you're always the late guy?
So-
You're the late guy? You're the late friend?
yeah. Well, I'm just that guy.
No, we all have
Helps
we
out.
all have that one friend that's always late. I call him Pon Joel.
Yeah, you do. Huh?
I do,
Okay. Yeah.
So you know,
Yeah.
the one late friend we always have on the table. It's like,
Well, we used to always love going to the parade, and I still think the parade is fantastic.
Oh,
And
yeah.
it's a great
No,
parade.
it's
goes
a-
for miles. It's wonderful. But we discovered last year when we wanted to do discovered several years ago. It's a great time to go to the dealer's room first of all,
yeah,
because everybody's at the parade, so you can get into the dealer's room easily.
yeah,
But last year we wanted to do a professional photograph in our cosplay outfits with Brian Humphreys.
okay,
He doesn't start until the minute the parade's over, but we got in line before that so we could get it done just really quickly.
yeah. First one's in.
So we're probably going to do
one's
that again this year. And we got multiple costumes, and we're doing Lightning Lad and Saturn Girl. Some of your favorite names I know from the Legion.
yeah, it's a terrible idea.
Blue Beetle and Booster Gold.
Awesome, bad ideas. I like it.
That's the one we're doing the photograph with. And we did pay this year. We are paying for one of those celebrity photographs. Mira Furlan. I don't know if you ever watched Babylon 5. Back
Oh
in the
yeah,
90s.
actually, yeah, she's there.
Yep, she's there. Her and Bester, Walter Koenig.
Bester, yeah.
Yeah. So both of them are there. They're going to have a panel on Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, see, that's one of the other problems I have is that all my friends never watched any of the shows I watched.
Oh, okay.
It's like it was really hilarious one
Great
time.
show.
Yeah, I loved it. And one of the hilarious moments of DragonCon was like my friend was wanting to go to see this one panel. He got lost, and we went into some panel. We're sitting down. We're like, we don't know what it is. Turns out it was Warehouse 13.
Okay.
I was just like, you guys
Cool.
don't know who I... I'm just looking at the rest of my friends like, what? You this is an awesome show. I love it. And so I was the only one that knew who Orson Welles was and why he's a she and all this other stuff. But yeah, I love that that whole
Some of the
instance where it's like we just walked in and we hit something I actually like for once.
the accidental stuff can work.
Yeah.
First time I ever saw probably two different animes that I've since just fallen in love with. Lupin the Third is a long running one in Japan for decades, and the best movie ever was that he did. And everybody would say that because it's same guy who did Howl's Moving Castle.
Yeah,
and some other stuff.
Miyazaki.
Yeah, he did one Lupin the Third movie, Castle of Cagliostro,
Okay.
and I just happened to walk into the wrong room and that was playing, and I watched it for a few minutes and fell in love with it.
Yeah.
That did something with another one, Area 88, similar.
Okay.
That's not as big.
Yeah.
But some of those accidental things are some of the best.
Yeah.
that you
Best
fall into.
moments. It's like
Did it with Todd McFarlane once. He was getting ready to spin off Image, and him and Jim Lee and all were out doing the con circuit, getting ready to talk about Image Comics and what they were trying to do. I knew
Yeah.
who Todd McFarlane was, liked his art, but I was going to a panel from Neil Gaiman.
okay.
So I
yeah.
show up at the panel 15 or 20 minutes early to make sure I have a good seat. This is before the long lines.
Yeah.
This is obviously earlier in the 90s. And McFarlane's up there talking all about Image Comics, how great, and people are like, yeah, whatever, okay, we know who you are, we know we like you, but Image, why are you doing this? Draw Spider-Man.
Yeah.
There was all this kind
Yeah.
of feedback. So I got to hear some of this and kind of get it on the ground floor of what Image Comics was going to be because I was going to hear Neil Gaiman talk.
Was he sleazy in person?
I have heard he's very sleazy in person. For the 10 to 15, 20 minutes, whatever it was, I heard him talk. He didn't seem sleazy.
Okay.
But I've heard that he's very much...
I've had friends that met him. They all said he's a very sleazy person, but again, I personally never met him. So
yeah,
can't
I have
say
a
no
feeling
way.
that's probably the case based on the stuff that
Yeah.
I've heard. Yeah, maybe not the best example of great things, but still, I got to hear about Image Comics. It was kind of cool.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
They meet the deadline and they're started on time, put it that way.
Yeah.
The panel actually started on
The
time.
red panel, well, as far as I was late to it, so I don't know.
Okay.
I guess it did. Yeah,
I might just started like 2 days late at least because it's Image.
So, last thing I'll mention, dealer's room. Is there anything special you're looking for in the dealer's room this year since it's so large? And...
Well, last time I was there strictly for D&D gear, dice and everything. But for the most part, don't really have right now I'm just sort of cruising around.
Not like one item or anything you're looking for.
No, I may get a T-shirt. I generally have like one kind of like superhero T-shirt that I wear with my hat and everything, and that's pretty much my get up for the whole week.
Yeah, we'll be changing. That's one of the things we look for a lot of times is if we can find little bits and pieces to add on to other costumes. So we look for a lot of that or something unique. And that's where we've gotten to where we still go through the whole dealer's room, but we've gotten to where we buy more stuff from the artist alley side of things.
Yeah.
And they're usually right next to each other, and you can get some really cool prints and other things that they're unique. You're not going to find them on Amazon.com later. Love Amazon. If you want to sponsor us, please do. But aside from that, I don't tend to want to buy the stuff I can buy later.
Yeah, we can order Amazon from the Holiday Inn.
Just
let me know. Yeah, done a lot there.
And delivered to the Sheraton, Westin, Hyatt, Marriott, and Hilton.
1 hour delivery.
There we go. Over Uber.
Yes.
Over Uber. Yeah, there we go.
Well, you guys talk to one. I'm drinking Bax King Soda here, and you guys go ahead. Or Bax Root Beer.
Bax Root Beer, yeah.
It's delicious.
Yeah.
Whatever it is.
All right, so I'm looking at the clock here, and we're about up on our hour, but I do want to say, is there anything that we haven't mentioned to talk about DragonCon that you just love? And
I mean, it's been an experience. That's really what it is.
This is your 4th year, you said, right?
Yes, this will be my 4th year.
All right, final question for both you guys, because I'm not going. JP, you start with you first. What's your favorite thing in DragonCon? And what's the one must-do thing at DragonCon?
Like if I couldn't do anything else,
one must-do thing.
The one thing.
Yeah.
I enjoy being on the panels. I enjoy getting up there and having the spotlight and talking and having people have to look at me. And
as long as you promote us, this is good.
No, it is. I love getting in a group like this. But I love being in a room full of fans wanting to talk about one topic. Even if I'm sitting in I like those panels. Yes, I do like being one of the ones leading the conversation. I admit that. I kind of like the spotlight. But even if I'm in the audience, those panels are what the one thing is.
Austin?
Definitely just being surrounded by people that have the same interests as I do.
Okay.
It's like I literally started up a conversation while we're sitting for one of those shows, and I had a deck of cards in my backpack, and we started playing.
Yeah.
Just playing with some random stranger that was waiting in line with us to go see, what was it, DCW, the wrestling show.
And when you're there for an hour sitting in line, you got to do something to kill the time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Someone's got some snacks or something that they're willing to share, or something trail mix. But just that energy, that entire festive party.
Yeah. No, it's great. All right. Well, since we skipped our question this time, we probably don't need to ask another question unless you want to double up and ask 2 questions.
I can't remember the last question was. No, we're good. We're good for now.
Okay, so we'll answer our question next time.
Yes.
Along with probably a little bit of post-DragonCon. It won't be the entire topic, but a little bit of,
Absolutely.
What did we learn? What did we see? What did we do? Did I see Austin running around the hotel acting like a madman? Did he make fun of me and my costumes? All those kind of fun things that will...
So we post DragonCon episode, I would say we do post one.
Yeah.
Tell us the stories going on, any news happening. You'll call and post one as well to get some more feedback from DragonCon. What actually happens this year, and so on.
And whatever news. And feedback from the DC Daily Show. It's going to be the best thing in the world.
Nobody cares about that at all, actually.
Yeah.
So that's good.
All right. Well, for John Paul.
B-Man.
And this is Austin.
This is the Old Titans, and we are out of here.